Yesterday, Season 1 for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 dropped, and I'm really excited to get into this one with you, so we're going to jump straight in. I'm Reactor Raptor, and this is Raptor Reviews. Okay, so jumping straight in, we can see that we have two massive additions right from the outset in the main menu. We've got DMZ and Warzone Battle Royale as well that we can load up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look at those in a separate video because these two are quite big in themselves. And we're going to take a video to themselves. What we're going to do today is I'm literally just going to focus on the Modern Warfare multiplayer. First of all, we've got the Modern Warfare Season 1 logo up in the top left corner there. And now we finally have a few things that we were missing before, which is we finally have stats and progression. Well, we had progression before, but it was kind of lean in the ground. So now we actually have stats, and we can see stats. So you can see here on this count, you can see we finally got the KD back there. We've got time played, games done, win-loss ratio, top weapons, some really cool stats in here, actually, about how many games you've won by mode, how many you've lost by mode, score per minute, which is a nice little feature there. And you can even narrow that down to your last 10 games as well, just to see if you're improving, not improving. You can have kills, KD ratio, and all that sort of thing. Okay, so when looking at Season 1 of this, I think one of the big things for us to have a look at, first of all, is the brand new Battle Pass for the season, which has changed dramatically and is now rather than just being a straight timeline of progression, it's more of a where you unlock sectors, and when they're touching, you unlock the next one. I'm sure there's like a childhood board game that was played similar to this, and I just can't think of the name of it. So, as it says there, each map has got 20 sectors, each sector has 5 rewards, and each one contains a free reward. And down in the right-hand side there, we've got the token bank, which is how many tokens you got. Now, I've got the Vault Edition upgrade the other day, deliberately, so I could have this season, because to be fair, I would recommend, actually, interesting sidebar, I would recommend that anybody looking to jump in with the Battle Pass, jump in with Season 1, actually get the Vault Edition upgrade, instead of just buying the Battle Pass straight out, because you'll get your Cinder unlocks and a few other things, a few XP tokens, all for very little extra. I think it only cost me about £25 extra to add that on, and I'm now going to get like half the map done in 5 minutes with this. So it's well worth the extra money. So, when you select a sector, it'll go in. It'll show you what it has to offer. So each reward costs 1 token. As you can see, I've accumulated a fair bit down there. But again, this is all through the Vault Edition upgrade. They just gave me like half the map straight out, like 50% of the map straight out. So I would recommend this for anybody. So the high value target is things like a weapon or an operator, and once you've unlocked all of those 4, it unlocks your high value. So and you can strategize your route through. You can take any route through that you like. So it depends what you're after in the map. I mean, if you want to complete the whole thing, I guess it doesn't really matter what order you go in. But say you want something sooner. So, for example, let's just come out of there 1 second. Go into... So, say, for example, I was aiming for the chopper up here, I could take this path rather than, you know, coming up and having go all the way around. and whatnot just to get up there. So there's a lot of individuality in this, I guess. They've made it a very interesting tack to try and sort of focus on how diverse the COD audience actually is, and kind of starting to recognise that we're not all the same and we don't play the game the same way. You know, we do all play it differently. Some of us like to sit in camp, some of us like to go out and run and gun. And they're just, you know, recognising that and giving different options, which is nice. So we've unlocked all these. These are cool as well. So what's this? Mythmaker. Submachine gun. Okay. You can get like these gun screens, which are like little things that attach to your gun, which tell you like what the time is, what the temperature is. It also tells you, like you can get little ones that tell you how many kills you've got, how many headshots. So they're a nice little touch. So for example, if we were going to claim, I'm going to claim this entire sector just to show you what exactly unlocks and how it unlocks. Let me just turn that down because it is a bit loud. So that's a whole section done. And it's now telling me about map completion. So obviously when we complete everything, you get your bonus stuff as well. And now these two have unlocked because they're touching, so we can now go up this way or, you know, down this way and unlock things entirely up to you, which is really cool. When you unlock everything, we get the Olympus King, which is Zeus, the ultimate operator. We also get the Mortal's Bane, which looks beautiful. It's a specially pro-tuned M4 for aim down the side speed of sprinter fire speed. That looks beautiful. And a fair amount of COD points. So there's 1,400 COD points in total up for grabs throughout the entirety of the Battle Pass, which you can use to spend in the store or use to unlock more of the Battle Pass. It's entirely up to yourself. Store-wise, we've got a few different bundles creeping in now. These are pretty much a personal preference, really, as to whether you want to spend money on COD. My personal experience with the bundles is it helps with the gun leveling, because if you could basically unlock a blueprint and then you've already got the attachments for your playstyle, you are just literally going through the motion of unlocking the rest, and you'll get through it quicker, especially with some double XP on. So that's what I tended to use them for in Vanguard. But again, you know, it's certainly not a necessity if you're willing to sit there and put the work in. Sometimes I'm just not. I work 9 till 5 in the day. I do this, I do everything else. Sometimes it's nice for me to just cut some of that time out. You know, so we've also got the new Call of Duty League bundle that's come in as well. So with the operators for the CDL and the camos and a few little extra bits there. However, the interesting part of the CDL was that the CDL mode that was supposed to be added to this has been delayed, unfortunately. They've said that they've come across some problems with it and they've had to delay it. So I don't know when we're going to see the CDL, but hopefully that'll be pretty soon, because it's pretty cool to jump in and play with the CDL rules and see all that kind of good stuff. We also now have the Tier 1 edition, which is really cool. So, and that's our hardcore mode. For multiplayer, there's quite a few things that have changed with this, so I am literally going to jump in and show you exactly what I mean. So Tier 1 is essentially now not only is it a hardcore mode to make it sort of easier to get that kill, harder to get that kill, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's also a It's more of a realism mode now, and you'll see what I mean when we jump into a match. Okay, so here we are in a tier 1 game. And there is like one big thing that that I noticed straight away. So as you're taking people out, there are literally no call-outs, no nothing. You can't see how much ammo you've got left. And as you can see, I've run out of ammo, and I had no idea I was going to run out of ammo. So yeah, as you can see, there's literally no, there's no, you know, this is a double kill, or this is if you hit this person. I'm just getting a little bit of a chime to tell me when I have downed someone, but it's not much. Like, if you're in the middle of the action, like, or there's an explosion going around you, you could have missed it. And I'm all for realism. I think it's a very interesting shout to do this. However... Oh. However, there is literally no indication of how many, if I've got someone.
Got your six.
There's no indication as to whether it was a headshot apart from a little sound. If I'm working towards, say, X amount of double kills for my camos, which I have been lately, I have no idea if I've hit that. Which I'm not sure if I like, because like before on hardcore would do some of the other modes, some of the other games, sorry, you at least got told if something was like a double kill or like a bloodthirsty or something sort of along those lines. Where is everybody? Oh, hello. The TTK for hardcore, well, tier 1, is ridiculously quick. Especially when playing something like an M4.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Mission is half complete. Secure quick fix.
See, I now don't know if I've shot them or if they've got down. Which does add another dimension to it, but... Ooh.
Changing mags!
It's a good mode to just, to hit those camos. So my long shots before, we all saw in my last video just how long all of my long shots were taking to complete. With this new mode, I managed to get the rest of all the camos done in about an hour, so this is definitely 100% the best way to jump in and sort out those camo challenges. Even though it does seem like a very trimmed down experience when it doesn't need to be as trimmed down as it is. As for some of the new weapons that we've got in here this time, so we've had a really interesting offering. So first of all, we've got a new a brand new assault rifle, which is apparently a high rate of fire and low recoil. This is definitely one of those guns that I want to be unlocking. And the really interesting thing is here, you can't buy this in any of the bundles, any of the stores, you can't unlock it in the battle pass. The only way you can get hold of this gun is by playing DMZ. So what we're going to do in a separate video is we're going to play through DMC and we're going to try and defeat the chemist in order to win this so that you can see how it's done. But that's another video for another day. Alongside that, we've also got a new sniper rifle, which is the Victus XMR. So it's looking like very much like it's tuned for very long distances. It's got that massive scope on. And we've also got this one as well, which is pro-tuned from the Battle Pass. So you can jump straight in with a pro-tuned weapon if you wanted to, which is cool. Which I think that I am actually going to do. And we've also got a few weapons as well in the armory where we can jump in. So we've got... I unlocked a cool one in the Battle Pass earlier. Which is one of these, and again, this is another pro-tuned one, and it looks like it's tuned for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, so we'll jump in with a couple of those, and we'll just see how they come off. Okay, so I've just jumped back in, this time with... Oh, it's all gone dark. This is the problem with adaptive lights. Anyway, so... I've just literally jumped in here to have a look at some of the new weaponry. So first of all, this is one of the pro-tuned blueprints that I've just unlocked from the Battle Pass. This is the sort of slimmed down version of the AK-47, I believe.
We have taken the lead.
It'd be great if I could find people. So that's a woo. That's a cracking aim down sight speed compared to some of the others.
I've got your back.
So it looks like these pro-tuned weapons are quite nicely balanced. Ow. Ah! And if we... That's really interesting, actually. Side note. All of these boxes have nothing on them in my Xbox version, but they actually do on PC version. That's cool to know. Okay, so the new Victus rifle. It's a one-shot, one-kill. Woohoo! And that's got some heft to it. This is a fair distance that it's going here. I mean, I haven't got the rangefinder on, so I don't know. That feels like it's got some power.
I'm reloading.
Everyone's after me now. Funnily enough, people don't come after you like that. When... Oh, they're physically coming here now. Okay. Let's see what you're putting down. Okay. Thermal scope's pretty cool as well.
Requesting recon at this
There's
time.
everyone.
That UAV online and orbiting the AO.
Goes a fair distance as well, so I can see like all the way down here. Oh, that's my team. Oh, they're over here now. Pop your head up.
UAV is bingo fuel. RTV at this time.
Are they still there? I didn't get them. Ah, there you are, mister.
Strike ready for fire mission. Enemy UAV active. Reloading!
This is an insanely fun sniper rifle.
Hostile SAE near your position. I'm reloading!
And the cool thing is here, it's actually allowing me to sit a fair distance back from this window and still hit people in one shot. There's not many sniper rifles that can do that. I have no idea where everybody is. Could do with somebody putting a UAV up for me. I mean, they finally got me, but it took them a while.
Solid copy. Tiger 4 launching SAE. Inbound high. Good effect.
Whoops, whoops, whoops.
Hostile UAV in the area.
I mean, even this, even the sort of mini AK replica is insanely fun to play with.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Poke your head out, sir.
The enemy is gaining ground.
Can you sort that window?
Enemy UAV active. Reloading! Reloading!
It's nice as well, because that's literally beating them to the aim down the sights every time. So it looks like the pro tuning really is an added benefit.
Friendly airstrike. Friendly VTOL entering this sector.
That's a good, like, 50 odd meters distance there. And effortless. Just effortless.
Shit, bad guys! Target down! Reloading!
This weapon's going to be one of my new favourites, I think. I love this sniper rifle. And usually I suck with these things.
Be ready for tasking.
You'll see there as well, that's catching someone running across. Oof! This thing's deadly! This is insane! flashing myself will not help.
Friendly UAV on station.
Just having the thermals sometimes as well helps. I mean, yeah, it takes you longer to go down the site with this sort of stuff, but with a sniper rifle, does it really matter? Like, unless you're quick scoping.
1 minute remaining.
I hear them coming for me now.
Shit, bad guys! Grenade!
Can't get away with it forever. I just don't have a class that's geared up for sniping at the moment. It's actually more geared up for run and gun, otherwise I'd have claymores and whatnot all over the shop, but...
Copy.
So now we've had a look at the weapons, let's just have a look at some of the other customization that we've got on hand here. So, we finally got something that we've been missing for a while that was really bugging me that was missing. So finally now, it looks like we're actually tracking challenges in-game with calling cards like we've had with every card from the start, but for some reason for this one we've had to wait until Season 1 to get some of this. So we've got all that good stuff now. We can change, we can track these, change them, and you know what? There's some actually really nice designs in this time as well. And you've got all your standard stuff, your headshot masteries, your double kills, your triple kills, your bloodthirsties and all of that kind of thing. But also further down, a good portion of this is actually dedicated to DMZ and Warzone. So you've got your exfil masteries for DMZ, crash extractions, towers, loads of different things. So they're really, really going hard on this DMZ mode and trying to get you into that as well, and trying to earn some rewards in it and trying to really push it. Like I said, we will be looking at that separately as a separate video. We'll jump into that and see what that's all about. I mean, some of these are just epic. I mean, there's a cool werewolf hyena-y type thing going on there. And we've got some of these like little glitch ones, which is cool. I mean, some of the DMZ ones, they look a lot better than some of like the standard ones for the multiplayer as well. So you can see how they're trying to like really push the attraction. So it's definitely worth jumping into DMZ and kind of looking at some of that stuff as well. You've got your Warzone win mastery as well, and a few Warzone kill masteries, contract masteries, bits and bobs. And then we get to the ones that we unlock after reaching the different prestiges, just like all the other seasons as well. I want this raptor dude here, he's really cool. And then once we've unlocked all them, we get this card for all the prestige challenges, and then goes on for prestige 2, and so on and so on. Now, that brings me very, very neatly to the prestige system and how it works now. So if we look at our progression, in this one, I've got a little bit of ways to go until I get it. But we'll just scroll along. Oh, you can't actually see it on mine, because I haven't progressed. I'll have to get a screenshot from my Xbox version, because I've actually started to prestige on the Xbox version. You hit your level 55 cap, and then all of a sudden you see your extra prestiges. You can go up to, it's capped at prestige 5 for this season, but that's not a bad shout. That's a fair bit of leveling up to do. I was on all yesterday from when this first came out, and managed to hit something like level 70 in prestige 1, so it's going to take me a while to hit the others, especially if I'm dipping in between 2 different platforms. So, but that's a really cool... so it's cool that we've got loads of progression this time round. Still got all the standard cards in here as well, and this is where you'll see all the ones that we've unlocked from the Battle Pass. And all of those sorts of things. If you are a past Warzone player, you will also find that you have been awarded with extra things. So, I believe Melee, letter opener, and yes, that's the one. So, this is what's come from Warzone. If you have Warzone and you've loaded it up on your computer, you've played Warzone before, that's just kind of like Activision's thank you, I guess, for jumping into Warzone. And you've also find that you've got a few XP tokens for various different games as well. We've also got a new map, which is Shoot House, and I think, to be honest, guys, that is literally going to sum up exactly what's come out of this season. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this on a little bit of a high, and we're going to jump in Shoot House and have a bit of fun in there, getting some serious vibes of retro vibes from like 2000 Modern Warfare 2019. Absolutely fantastic game then, and it's a fantastic map now. Let's jump in and do it, and just so you can see what it looks like now. Okay, so before, guys, this map was situated in more of like a desert, but it looks like they've actually put it sort of in the middle of that Mexican kind of terrain.
Target area located. Secure the hard point. Target sighted.
Whoop. So they've given it a bit of a facelift, and it now looks beautiful with all its updated textures and graphics. But it's still got the same feel as those great little maps that it's easy to just go round in a big massive circle, basically, and get into the spawn zones and you know, and really sort of hammer a few kills out. I think it's because I don't have double time on that I'm running slower.
Hard point compromised. Secure the area. Locating the next hard point. Get ready. Hostile UAV.
So, for
Location updated. Capture the hard point.
in terms of flags, this is C, I believe.
Taking the lead. Enemy UAV active.
No, I can't hit you because you're sat behind that. This is what I mean about, I know that like my example isn't brilliant because I'm dying, but maybe that just kind of highlights, like, if you get on top of it and you get on that rotation early enough and get into a flow, this is essentially what the game becomes. Ah!
Stand by.
There you go. And this is where your B flag is, where I've just died, pretty much just the other side of that box. So all the flags are still in the same place as before. It's still got that same feel to it, just updated with looking absolutely beautiful now. And I'm actually really glad that I've decided to load this up on the PC and see it as well as loading it up on the Xbox for myself, to be honest, because it's nice to see it with all these really highly rendered textures and everything.
I'm reloading. Confirming next hard point. Stand by. Target area updated. Move to the hard point. Area.
It's one of those great kind of carnage maps. It's a bit like if you play Vanguard and you became very friendly with Das House and Shipment. Shipment's another one that we've got coming mid-season that we'll be able to jump into soon. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't think it's released yet. It doesn't push me any games on Shipment, but it's going to have that same chaotic feel, just on a modern boat this time, I believe.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
Target down! I'm reloading. Approaching your station.
Location updated.
Fire! Reloading.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Changing mags! Covering your sick! Grenade!
We've also as well got more weapons to come mid-season. We've got the Chimera, or the Chimera, I believe it's called, which is, for anyone familiar with Call of Duty Ghosts, hot topic. I actually loved the multiplayer in Call of Duty Ghosts. I loved the single player in Ghosts, and there was a gun in that called the Honey Badger, and the Honey Badger is basically what the Chimera is now.
Hostile UAV in the area. Locating the next hardpoint. Get ready.
And so I'm really looking forward to getting that mid-season, because the Honey Badger was definitely my jam from Ghosts. I think Ghosts was the first Call of Duty where I really learned like to play the game properly.
The enemy's gaining ground. Push them back.
And I think it was probably one of the first to introduce those like dynamic changing maps as well. It had a map called Free Fall, I believe, which was a building falling down.
Personnel at the hardpoint.
Where are you? Woo! 2 for 1.
Strike is inbound. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint. Counter UAV is out.
But overall, it's just... It's great fun for like rounding some of those corners and just getting the jump on. Getting the jump on the people, that kind of real run and gun feel that I haven't really massively experienced yet with this COD. Because a lot of it's been... Because the aim down the side speed has been so slow, it's felt like it's made it difficult for run and gunners to actually do anything, but a map like this does kind of like facilitate it a bit more, which is nice.
Hardpoint relocated.
And then obviously when you couple it with a gun like this one, it all sort of adds up and you start to get that feel back.
UAV overhead.
I think it's good that some of this stuff has slowed down, because Vanguard was ridiculous, the TTK. Like, it was ridiculously long. I thought I saw something moving. Did I not?
Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly mortar strike inbound.
Suboptimal! Watch your fire! I'm reloading!
Fair amount of places you could sit as a sniper as well, if you wanted to go
Location updated.
a little bit more long range. So, for example, there's a few windows up here. For that, for example.
Mission failed. Return to base.
It's a good all-rounder, and again, it's kind of one of those things that's sort of on the verge of Nuketown as well. And anybody who's played COD knows Nuketown. And usually in the Infinity Ward games, we do actually tend to get Nuketown as a map. That and Sledgehammer, so we'll have to see. But so guys, that's everything that COD multiplayer has to offer for Season 1. Also, we've got the DMZ and the Warzone that we're going to jump into in future videos. If there's anything else that I haven't covered in this video that you'd like to see, just drop me a comment down below and we can make a video on it and take a look at it. We're also going to be jumping into the campaign with a little Raptor twist as well. And we're also going to be taking a little tiny bit of a break from COD next to look at The Devil in Me as well, which drops on Friday. Super excited for that one. And so guys, I have been Reactor Raptor. This has been Reactor Reviews. If you enjoyed it, please drop a subscribe, drop a like. I'd love to have you as part of the community. And anything that you want to see covered in the future, let me know, shout me out, and we'll get on that. But until then, I am going to be back in the next video, guys. Why am I going to be back? Because games never die, they just evolve. See you next time, guys.